Hi everybody, thanks for joining us today. In today's webinar, we're going to talk about how you can improve your Twitter support using Freshdesk. Now before we jump in, I'd like to take a step back and talk about why Twitter support is important at all. We have marketing teams already on social media talking about our brands, engaging with our customers. Should our support teams also jump in? This is a question that comes up a lot while talking about social support. The answer to this is yes, and this is why. According to Mashable, 62% of consumers already use social for customer service. 62%. That is huge. And that number is only increasing continuously. And when you fail to respond and resolve these consumer queries, there's a 15% increase in your churn rate. That's a big chunk of your potentially happy customers walking away. That's enough reason for your support to be there on Twitter, Facebook, and any other place your customers are present and trying to talk to you. Today, we're going to focus on support on Twitter, as that's where customers expect the fastest response and where the lack of a response has the most negative effect. Setting up Twitter in your help desk can be done in 3 basic steps. First, stream your tweets into your support portal by adding all your Twitter accounts to your help desk. This way, you don't have to switch to a different tab every time you have to check on a tweet and reply to a customer. Convert these tweets into tickets and assign them to the appropriate agents. This way, you can keep track of all conversations right from your portal. Lastly, monitor all your Twitter accounts and topics of interest easily with a single click, all from a single page. Now that you have Twitter set up in your help desk, how can you ensure you're providing your customers the best possible support? We put together a few tips and tricks that'll help you do just that. The first thing you should be doing is reply faster. Twitter customers expect extremely quick responses. But how do you filter out all the marketing noise and quickly get to the real support issues and respond to them? Filter out the signal from the noise using relevant keywords and convert only the matching tweets to tickets. Try to use keywords that are usually associated with your support issues. For example, in my social tab, I have 2 Twitter handles set up and I have a bunch of tweets coming in from both these handles. As you can see, only a few tweets have the green ticket icon and the rest of them don't. This means that only these ones have been converted to tickets. Now I can set up automatic rules for this to happen. How do I do that? Go into your admin, into your Twitter settings. As you can see, I've set up a few keywords over here: problem, bad, terrible, melt, all issues related to the delivery of chocolates. And I've created a rule such that any tweet with these keywords have to be converted to tickets. The rest of my tweets are still available from my social tab and I can go and convert them manually at any point. But these tweets with these keywords are immediately automatically converted to tickets so that my support team can get to them quickly and respond to these tweets fast. The next tip for you is to tag your different teams. You might have different teams addressing different issues customers have, or even different Twitter handles for different purposes. How do you make sure tweets get to the relevant agents? While converting tweets to tickets, you can automatically assign them to specific groups. Now over here, I have 3 ticket rules set up. The first one is to do with delivery issues and they're all assigned to my delivery group. The second one is about custom orders. So tweets with keywords like custom, wedding favors, special gifts, all these are converted to tickets and assigned to the custom orders group. And the next ticket rule is for anything to do with pricing or customer feedback, and they're all assigned to my sales team. This way, I have 3 different teams with different expertise working on tweets coming into my Twitter handle. Sometimes you might have different Twitter handles to deal with different functionalities, different geographies, or even different products. For example, I have a Twitter handle over here, which is for my retail store. And I want this to be visible only to the group Retail Store LA, so that any of my online agents dealing with online customer support and website support do not have to see this. So now An agent who's part of the retail group will be seeing that in their social tab and can look at all tweets pertaining to this, whereas any agent who is not part of the group and say is only taking care of online and website support will not even see this in their social tab. This way, you can keep tweets relevant to different teams and make sure support agency only tickets and tweets that are relevant to them. Make your conversations more personal. How do you not sound like a bot and quickly get some context when you're responding to your customers? Have all the context you need right here in your social tab to personalize your conversations. You can look at any recent social interactions with the customer and any tickets that they might have. For example, when I look at Will's tweets, I can see his other interactions. This way, I can see that he's a repeat customer. I can go in and see his Twitter profile, his cloud score, any interactions he's had with the help desk in the past few days, any tickets that he might have created. This way, I can make my conversation with him much more contextual and make the whole experience for him more personal. Get proactive. Great customer support is not just about responding to issues, but listening to your customers when they're talking to each other about you or when your prospects are in the market looking for information or anything else. It's about having a ear to the ground constantly and pitching in when needed. For this, I have two customized streams set up. One is to bring in all conversations around my brand into my social tab. Sometimes customers misspell your brand, or sometimes they might get your Twitter handle wrong. So I have a bunch of keywords set up here to make sure tweets like that come in to the stream. If I want to just look at the important customer support issues, I can filter out keywords like delicious, great, yummy, which can remove out all the positive tweets and just bring in the main support issues into my stream. I can also filter out tweets from certain handles. This way, I can add all the Twitter accounts of my marketers so that I don't have to see retweets or marketing tweets going out and can just bring in the support issues in. I also have another customized stream called Prospects. This is to look at any prospective customers that I have in the market and see what sort of customers that they are, what are their needs, what they're looking for, and when they're looking for products like mine. And I can respond to them whenever needed. Now, being proactive is not just about listening to customers and pitching in, but also about talking to your customers whenever needed. For example, when you have a support issue or when there is a problem in your service, you can talk to your customers proactively. You can tell your customers about important updates and be proactively in conversation with them. And lastly, stay informed of what's going on. To understand your customers' needs and the market, you need to know what the competition is offering. Monitor keywords and stay tuned to your industry and competitors. I have a couple of streams set up for this. With this stream, I can see what customers think of the competitors. I can also see how competitors talk to the customers, what sort of support issues they have, and how their solutions are working for their users. I have another stream here to look at the industry and my partners. This way, I understand what is going on there and I have all the information I need while responding to my customers. With all these streams set up, you can get overloaded with the information. So make sure your searches are not very broad and are only accessible to the relevant teams. Now that we've talked about the ways in which you can improve your Twitter support, I had a few tips on how you can use your social tab on a day-to-day basis and optimize that for yourself. The first one, say you have a tweet come in and it did not get converted to a ticket, or you didn't convert it to a ticket, and an agent responds to it, and the whole issue is solved right from your social tab, and you have the conversation right here. Now, how do you bring this to your ticketing system and make sure it is there present for your records? Go to the top of the conversation, and for the first tweet, click on the convert button. When this is converted, all the tweets that are there below in the conversation are automatically converted and added to the same ticket. Now, you can go into the ticket and see all the tweets right here. This way, you can come in at any time later and still convert the tweet to a ticket and bring in the conversation for your own help desk purposes. The next tip is about how you can use keywords in your help desk. Now, keywords are used to create customized streams. It is used to create ticket rules, and it can also just be used to search for something in your search box. So keywords can be used in 3 different ways. The first one, say I'm searching for my brand and I'm using 2 separate words. Now this search results is going to give me all the tweets that have either one of these 2 words. That's a very broad search and might become difficult for me to sift through and look at the important tweets. If you want to make your search a little bit more narrow, you can do this. This is going to bring about all the tweets that have both the words but in any order. So if you have an idea of what tweets you're looking for, but you're not sure how they're usually articulated, this is something that you can use. If you know exactly what to search for, you can put it in an exact search term by putting the keywords within double quotes. Now, these results will be the exact phrase. So this is going to be a very narrowed search when you know exactly what you are looking for. These are 3 different ways in which you can put keywords. So based on your context and how you are searching for tweets or filtering out keywords, this is a great tip to know. The next one is about the different symbols that you see in your social tab. Of course, you have on hover, you have the 3 different icons, reply, retweet, favorite, which are similar to your Twitter icons. You have the convert to ticket icon, which on clicking on this, your tweet gets converted, and then you can see it in your ticketing view too. We already talked about the green icon, which means that this tweet is already converted to a ticket, and clicking on that will take you to the ticket view. There are 2 other important icons here, the reply to icon and the conversation icon. The reply icon comes in when someone from your help desk has already responded to a tweet. For example, this is a tweet here, and you can see that someone from your help desk, you can see the agent name here, has already responded to this tweet. Now, sometimes somebody might be responding to this tweet from outside the help desk, say from a different Twitter client. You will not see this icon then because Freshdesk will not know that an agent has responded. But you will see the conversation icon here, which brings us to this. You know that there's a conversation going on with help desk. Sometimes someone else from another Twitter client might have responded. Sometimes you might not even see this. So you know that you have to check in on tweets with this icon. But if a tweet has this replied icon, you know that you can ignore it because someone has already dealt with it. So those are the 3 tips that I quickly wanted to walk you through. Now we talked about the things that you can do to improve your social support, but it's always great to hear about someone who's practically used it and to see what they have done. So for this purpose, we talked to one of our customers, QuizUp. QuizUp is a mobile trivia app and has 20 million users in 197 different countries. They have customers from all over the globe across different languages and different devices. So let's see how they use Freshdesk social support and how it has helped them. So when we spoke to QuizUp, one of the things that they told us was that they automated rules to give Twitter tickets a high priority. Now this can be done using a dispatcher. So come down to your admin settings. And when you find your dispatcher, you can create a dispatcher rule here such that any ticket where the source is Twitter, you set the priority as high. Now, this would work great for your teams. So this way, all Twitter tickets which need a very quick response can be addressed to immediately because their priority is set as high. And since you're using your keyword filtering, only your important tweets are actually getting converted to the ticket. So this works great for your support teams as they can quickly get to these and respond to them. Another thing that Quizzer mentioned to us is they look at previous conversations in the social tab and see which agents the customers were talking to. This can be done here too. So in your social tab, you can see which agent has spoken to the customer previously, and then you can make sure that the ticket is assigned to the same agent. This way, the conversation is much more contextual and more personal from the customer's view. So Quizzup also mentioned that if they have tweets in different languages other than English, they use Freshdesk to assign it to the right team. So this would probably happen to them a lot as they have customers from 197 different countries. So this is something which is very important for them. Now there are two ways this can be done. You can manually see which language a particular tweet is in and convert it to a ticket and go into the ticket view and assign it to agents from that particular language group. Or you can go into your admin settings and if you know the phrases that are used for different languages, the support issues that come up in different languages, you can type in the language specific support issue right here. And if the English words can be assigned to the English group, the Spanish words can be assigned to the Spanish group, and so on. So that's how Quizzup has optimized their Twitter support using Freshdesk. Now, to summarize, the 5 things that we talked about are reply faster to tweets by converting only tweets with relevant keywords to tickets and addressing them immediately. Tag different teams to different issues or different languages or different products and make sure the right person gets assigned. Make your conversations with your customers more personal by looking at their recent interactions and profile. Get into proactive conversations with your customers when they're talking about your brand or your prospects when they're looking for a product. Stay well informed of your industry trends, what your competitors are up to, and how customers react to them, so you can always stay ahead of the game. So now that brings our webinar to an end. And before we finish up, are there any questions for us? We have a question from Emily. She wants to know how canned responses can be used in Twitter. So canned responses cannot be used from the social tab itself. As of now, there is no provision. But if you have converted something to a ticket, which you would if it is important, you can go into the ticket version of the tweet. And when you hit reply, you will see an insert canned response box, similar to what you would have for any other ticket. And you can choose which canned response to use. Of course, since it's a Twitter ticket, you need to make sure that it's less than 140 characters. And also, as a best practice, I would suggest that create a folder called Twitter canned responses so that every time you want to use canned responses with a Twitter ticket, you can just click on that folder and look at the different options you have, where all your answers are already within the Twitter character limit. We have another question that's come in. Someone's asked if they can have more than 2 Twitter accounts set up in Freshdesk. The answer is yes. You can have as many Twitter accounts as you want, and you can also have as many customized streams as you want in Freshdesk based on your own needs. You can also assign all tickets coming in from a specific Twitter account to a specific product if you have multi-product setup inside Freshdesk. We have another question from Sam. She wants to know if the dispatcher, or what is the difference between the dispatcher versus the Twitter rules. So the ticket rules are applied before a ticket is even created. So basically the ticket rules are for looking at a bunch of keywords and checking if a ticket should be created at all. Versus the dispatcher is a little different in the sense that it acts on tickets that have already been created in the system. So the ticket rules are applied first, and then these tickets are subjected to all the dispatcher rules. So a little trick here is that if you want some specific group assignments based on keywords and you have assigned different groups over here, make sure that you don't have any group assignments to Twitter tickets in your dispatcher, because those would override your ticket rules that you have set up here. We have one more question. Can I follow people from my help desk? Yes, you can. So when you go into your social tab, click on any user. You have a follow as button over here. You can click that and you get a list of all the Twitter handles that have been set up in your help desk, and you can choose to follow the user from any or all of these Twitter accounts. You can also choose to unfollow them right from here. That's all questions we have now. Thank you so much for your time and hope this webinar has been helpful for you. If you have any other questions, do send in your questions to support@freshdesk.com or tweet us at AskFreshdesk. Thank you.